A rider I know dropped $480 on a chrome air cleaner that promised big power. He rolled onto the dyno grinning. It gained him 4 horsepower. His buddy's $90 washable filter? It made 3. That's the whole game with motorcycle air cleaners. Big chrome cover, big price, big claims, and most of the power lives in the marketing, not the airflow. Today I'll show you 5 brands overcharging you and 5 that actually earn the money. And keep an eye out for the last brand on the worth it list. It runs under $60, reuses the housing already on your bike, and it quietly beats kits selling for 8 times the price. We'll get there, trust me. Here's why I can say this with a straight face. Independent dyno shootouts, the kind bagger shops post before and after clips of, keep landing on the same ugly truth. Most bolt-on air cleaner kits add just 2 to 4 rear wheel horsepower on their own. The real gains only show up when you also add a fuel tuner, a power vision, or a dynojet. That's another $300 to $400, and it's the step most riders never take. So the box promises 10 horsepower and your bike delivers 3. One more thing before the countdown. Flow bench testing shows the plain OEM paper filter is surprisingly close to the fancy aftermarket units at normal cruising RPM. The separation only shows at wide open throttle. And how often are you pinned there? Exactly. Now let's name names. Number 5 on the rip-off list, Kuryakyn and the Hypercharger air cleaner kit, priced around $250 to $300. It looks aggressive, and that trumpet-style opening does turn heads at the bike night parking lot. But dig into the forums and mechanic threads, and you find years of the same gripe. Tight tolerances that rub against the primary cover, and flow test results that swing bike to bike. It's priced like a performance part, while the gains stay inconsistent and never independently verified. So you're paying for the show, which is fine if that's what you want. Just don't expect the dyno to back it up. And the next brand hides an even better trick. Its filter is actually smaller than the paper one it replaces. If you ride a Harley and you're tired of getting sold chrome instead of performance, hit subscribe. That's the whole point of this channel. Number 4, Arlen Ness in the Big Sucker Stage 1 kit, often sold with the Monster Sucker chrome cover, running about $320 to $380. Beautiful billet work, no argument there. But independent dyno pulls from tuning shops keep showing 2 to 4 rear wheel horsepower over stock without a fuel retune. Most of that premium is the chrome billet cover, not the airflow. And here's the part that stings. The actual filter element hidden inside that big housing is smaller than what K&N or S&S give you in their equivalent kits. You bought a bigger box with a smaller filter. The next brand pulls the exact same shrink trick, but charges you $350 for it. Number 3, Roland Sands Design and the Tucker Air Cleaner Kit, around $300 to $350. This is the one that looks the best on a blacked out custom. The styling is genuinely gorgeous. But techs will tell you straight, it's essentially a cosmetic swap. To fit that slim housing, they reduce the filter surface area versus stock, and less surface area can actually choke flow at higher RPM. You paid $350 to potentially breathe worse up top. If your bike lives at cruising speed, you may never feel it. But then why pay performance money at all? Buy it for the look. Price the look honestly. The next brand is the most expensive on this whole list, and it barely does more than filters at half the price. Number 2, Trask Performance and the Assault Charger Air Cleaner, one of the priciest kits out there at roughly $500 to $540. That's real money. That's tires and a tank of gas money. The marketing sells it as a serious performance piece, and honestly, the build quality is good. But shop dyno comparisons, the Bagger Nation style shootouts, put it right in the same 3 to 5 rear wheel horsepower bracket as filters costing half as much. No meaningful edge in flow numbers. You're paying nearly $500 for a name and a look and getting the same air a $200 kit moves. The number 1 ripoff leans on the biggest lie of all. Its horsepower claim needs a tuner you probably didn't buy. Number 1, Vance Hines in the VO2 Rogue Air intake, around $380 to $430. The box shouts big horsepower gains. And here's the fine print nobody reads out loud. Those big numbers only show up after you also buy a Vance Hines FPT3 or a Power Vision tuner, another $300 to $400. Most riders skip that step, bolt on the intake alone, and see almost nothing on a dyno. So you spend $400 expecting a rocket and get a stock feeling bike with a prettier intake. That's the #1 ripoff, because the whole pitch hangs on money you weren't told you'd need. That's the full avoid list. Now the good news. For the winners, one quick warning that saves people real headaches. Since the Milwaukee 8 engine launched back in 2017, the airbox geometry changed a lot. Plenty of buyers order a twin-cam era kit by accident, and it won't seal properly against the throttle body. Check your engine before you buy anything. Wrong generation kit means a leak and a rough idle. Okay, 5 brands that actually earn your money, counting down to that $60 giant killer I promised you. Worth it. Number 5. Cobra and the PowrFlo air intake system, mid-priced at about $410 to $455. This is the quiet workhorse of the group. It doesn't shout, it just delivers. Independent techs consistently praise it for genuine flow improvement and a solid washable filter build. It shows up again and again on best bang for buck shop lists. The Cobra PowrFlo at around $200 gives you real flow gains for roughly half what the billet showpieces cost. It's the safe first upgrade if you want more than stock without gambling. But the next pick does something the Cobra can't. It keeps your factory warranty completely intact. Number 4. Harley-Davidson's own Screamin' Eagle Heavy Breather Performance Air Cleaner Kit, around $270 to $300. Yes, the factory part makes the worth it list, and there's a smart reason why. Because it's OEM backed. It keeps your warranty coverage intact and protects the resale value on your bike. It fits the factory calibrated tunes without surprises. Dealer techs consistently rate it the safest set and forget upgrade you can bolt on. You pay a little more for peace of mind, and for once, that's a fair trade. The next pick isn't about warranty at all. It's the only kit on this list with decades of hard dyno data proving what it actually does. Number 3, S&S Cycle in the Stealth Air Cleaner Kit, around $220 to $250. S&S has decades of dyno data behind their intake designs, and it shows. Here's the honest version. Shops report this kit nets a real, repeatable 4 to 6 rear-wheel horsepower when you pair it with an exhaust and a tune. The S&S Stealth at around $240 is one of the few kits where the price actually matches dyno-proven performance. If you're serious about building power the right way, this is where the money goes. But if you want the smartest long-term value on the whole list, the next 2 are where it gets really interesting. One of them literally pays for itself. Number 2. K&N RK-3910 high-flow air filter for Harley touring and soft-tail applications, around $85 to $105. This is the value math that trips people up. It's washable and reusable for the life of the bike. Reusable oiled filters go 15 to 25,000 miles between cleanings versus 10,000 for an OEM paper swap. Over 60,000 miles, that $90 filter ends up cheaper than the so-called budget paper ones. And unlike the billet kits, K&N's flow claims are independently reproducible on a flow bench. One warning though, don't over-oil it. Too much oil can bleed onto the sensor on a fuel-injected Harley and throw a rough idle or a code, light code only, and number 1 costs even less. Worth it. Number 1. The giant killer, a Uni Filter or DN, a direct fit foam and cotton replacement filter that drops straight into your factory housing, just $40 to $60. Here's why it beats kits selling for 8 times more. There's no housing to buy because it reuses the airbox already on your bike. It's washable, so it's reusable for years. And it improves on OEM paper filtration life at a fraction of the cost. Remember that $480 dyno story from the start? The Uni Filter direct fit at around $50 gives most cruising riders the same real-world breathing improvement without the chrome tax. No fancy cover, no marketing, just a better filter for the money. So let's put a bow on it, Tick. Here's my honest verdict after all of that. If you just want your bike to breathe a little better for cheap, the Uni Filter or D&E drop-in at around $50 or the K&N RK-3910 around $90 are the smartest money on this list. Reusable, proven, honest. If you're chasing real power the right way, the S&S Cycle Stealth around $240 with an exhaust and tune is the one with actual dyno data behind it. What? I'd skip the $400 billet showpieces from Vance Hines, Trask, Arlen Ness, Roland Sands, and Kuryakyn, unless you're buying them purely for looks and you're honest with yourself about that. Don't pay performance prices for a chrome cover. All right, you've seen the winners and the losers. Now let's talk about picking the right one for your bike, because the box never tells you the two specs that actually matter. First one is filter media surface area, measured in square inches, and most brands hide it on purpose. More pleated square inches means more airflow at wide open throttle without choking. That slim billet housing on the Roland Sands Tucker looks aggressive, but it actually shrinks the media to fit. Compare that to the S&S Stealth, which packs real surface area behind the cover. Second spec that matters is whether the kit is designed for your exact engine generation. Buy the wrong one and it won't seal against the throttle body, and you'll be chasing a lean code for weeks wondering what went wrong. Now the buyer mistakes, because these are the ones draining wallets. Number 1, buying a premium billet kit purely for looks and expecting real horsepower without a fuel retune. That's how a rider spends $400 and dynos within 1 horsepower of a $90 filter. Mistake number 2, over-oiling a reusable cotton filter. People soak a fresh K&N thinking wetter is better, and that oil bleeds onto the sensor. Next thing, rough idle, a check engine light, and a forum post blaming the brand when it was the install all along. Mistake number 3, judging a filter by the size of its chrome cover instead of the square inches inside it. A cover can look twice the size of stock while the media hiding behind it is smaller than the paper element you just tossed. Bigger show, less breathing. Let's run the actual cost over 3 years, because upfront price lies to you. Take the K&N RK-3910 at around $95. It's washable, so you clean it every 15 to 25,000 miles instead of replacing it. 1 filter, whole ownership. Now the OEM paper route. Say $30 a filter, replaced every 10,000 miles. Ride 30,000 miles in those 3 years, and that's 3 filters, $90, plus the labor if you're paying a shop. The $90 washable already broke even, and it's still going. The billet kits flip the math the other way. Drop $350 on a Trask or an Arlen Ness, then add a $300 to $400 tuner to actually see the numbers, and you're near $800 before you felt a thing. Time to kill some marketing myths. Myth 1, a big aftermarket filter always makes big power. Flow bench tests show the stock paper filter is shockingly close to aftermarket at normal cruising RPM. The gap only opens at wide open throttle, which is a tiny slice of how you actually ride. Myth 2, the horsepower on the box is what you'll get. Nope, skip that step, which most riders do, and you get a fraction of the advertised gain. The box just won't say so. Myth 3, foam and cotton filters wreck your engine because they let dirt through. Reality, a properly oiled cotton or foam filter like the Uni or DNA drop-in filters plenty fine while lasting far longer than paper. The trouble only comes from over-oiling, not the media itself. So who should buy what? If you just want to spend $40 to $60 and stop replacing paper, the Uni or DNA drop-in filter in your stock airbox is a no-brainer. Same box, better filter, washable, done. Perfect for the rider who's not chasing dyno numbers. If you want real repeatable power and you're already adding exhaust and a tune, the S&S Stealth earns its keep with 4 to 6 rear wheel horses. Want washable value without a full kit? The K&N is the smart middle. Those 2 mistakes cause more headaches than any brand on this list. If this saved you from wasting $400 on chrome, do me a favor and hit like and subscribe so more riders find it. All the filters I actually recommend are linked down in the description. Ride safe, and I'll see you in the next one.